There you are. Yes. Don't mind me. I'm just getting ready to have a night on town. So, gosh, let me get started so you can get started and we can all be out of here at a reasonable time. This was originally made and recorded on for a different stream for a different channel. Nameless domain. Love you. Now we're here on the Mandi's channel. Things have changed, time has passed, and lucky you get to see this at last. So, enjoy yourself, sit down, lie down, or stand up. I don't really care. Just have a good time. And remember, it's not a long one. Where the fuck is my coat? And welcome to Curse of Sapphics. My name is Aki or Akino if you're feeling fancy, and my pronouns are she, her, and you can find me all over the internet at several. What? The fuck? That's fine. Just find me. I'm Akinomi_art usually. I will be your lovely game master as we embark on a treacherous adventure called Curse of Sapphics. This actual play is a retelling of Curse of Strahd, an adventure book for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We, however, will be doing things a little differently. Curse of Sapphics is a multi-dimensional system swap to Pathfinder 2e Remastered. This AP will follow 4 queer adventurers of color setting upon the unforgiving land plagued with many victories and even more losses. Barovia's mistress is powerful, but so are they. And if this story is not your Jesus, not your cup of tea, then kindly go fuck yourself. The only accuracy I care about is the health and safety of said players and the cultural aspects I included with the help of my sensitivity consultants. Joining me today, we have our mostly delicious cast. Please tell us a bit about yourselves, your characters, ancestry, class, you know the jargon, and please answer how they plan on surviving the night. We're gonna go in alphabetical order. So, Joe.
Hi everybody, my name is Joe. I'm so happy to be here. I'll be playing the puppet Chris for you guys. I was not here last session, very sad, but I'm here now, and I feel like this is my intuition speaking, and I'm very good and intuitive, obviously, and I feel like something went down last session, and I am feeling the tension, and so I'm just very excited to see what will happen, dreading it a little bit. For now, I'm pretty sure Chris is where he's always been, unless Aki surprises me in the beginning of the session with a little surprise, which don't do it. I see you writing down or looking down, and that's never good for me. Don't look down. Stop it. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to be here finally again. And yeah, I think I should probably give it to somebody that can talk more about last session and how to survive the night.
I'm Josephine. I play Maria, our lovely beastkin flesh warp cleric of Lamashtu. I'm gonna go to Aki's house and beat her up, and that's how we will win.
Nice.
Yeah, is that what
yeah,
we're
Mandy.
going with this? Okay, cool. Hey everybody, I'm Mandy or TheMandii. You can find me all over the internet at TheMandii with 2 eyes at the end of that. I am playing Ellie, the Kitsune bard / summoner. And I am also gonna go to Aki's house and beat her up and then ask for her hand in marriage. And that's it.
Hello, I am Mimi, also known as Michelle Jones. I am playing the Shisk Tiefling Undead Slayer fighter, Aisha Akanyemi. And I'm playing the long game here. You know, I can lay low, I can take it easy, I can not get noticed, and then later in the future, when she least expects it, that's when I'm going to show up at Ike's house to beat her up.
Excellent.
This is how I get all of you to Toronto, so be it.
Oh, sorry, you're in Toronto? Sorry, never mind. I don't go to Canada.
Yeah, I'm in Canada. You have to cross the border to come beat my
No.
ass.
That place
Really,
isn't
I
real.
just want to
I'm not
take a
going
road
there.
trip with Josephine.
All right. So before we officially start, some words about safety. Curse of Sapphics is a grimdark gothic horror fantasy adventure. My players and I have done many session zeros in preparation for this campaign. There should be some sort of like command that you can just do it in chat and see like all of our content warnings, because I'm not gonna read out the list anymore. Just bam, just click it, just do the thing. Yeah, the next is a recap. So who wants that?
I
Who
got
wants
it.
that hero point?
I got it.
Wants
I got it this time. I
Oh.
got it.
Yeah. Go.
I got it. So for our last recording, what we hear, we're still inside the Temple of Sarenrae, but I specifically hear something wailing downstairs. We get introduced to Priest the Father Donovic. We learn that he has or had a son. The prayer space is in shambles. And Aisha and him bond over both being Shisk and him having stayed in Barovia, not worrying about getting back for about 26 years. He's also a widower. I take the time to clean or like kind of patch up certain things, while everyone else also settles the casket, or the coffin rather, of Ismark and Irina's father. But I also keep hearing scratching noises and a phrase, "Father, I'm starving." We learn of the March of the Dead, which is the undead rising with certain conditions that are unknown. The particularities are unknown to us. But they all go to Castle Ravenloft, and that sucks so much. It seems that there was sort of like a battle of a magical attack against the temple as well as the graveyard. We find out eventually that Ismark is holding his son in the basement, who came back as a spawn of Strahd after he and a couple other adventurers attempted to storm Ravenloft. We find out that the only real ways to deal with spawn is to kill the master, kill the spawn, and then resurrect them, or a very powerful greater restoration spell. We handle him. Ellie and Maria sort of try to coax him into a state of like more calmed emotions, and then we find out that he wants to live. Maria specifically gets the drained condition for feeding him because she thinks that a fed feral animal at the very least is better than a starving one. And Aisha makes some kind of... But way before the spawn stuff, Aisha makes some... Well, no. After the spawn stuff, Aisha makes some sort of pact with Father Donovic. We don't know exactly what's going on with that, but a quill is signed in blood. And we find ourselves... I can't remember if we slept over at the temple or the tavern. I think it's the tavern. But someone knocks at me and Chris's door, or some sort of indication, and then a woman says, "Good pet, open the door, Maria." And I just processed that it was Strahd.
Amazing. You do get that hero point.
Thank you.
So you here, all of you here, in your dream state. Some of you are in a dream state. I think Maria wishes she was in a dream state. But you will hear this. Congratulations. You have exceeded my expectations. I predicted 3. And you made me wait until 5. Good. Be just unpredictable enough for me to enjoy. The body tastes sweeter when tenderized. Maria, you know who is in front of you. It's an instinct, but also there's something primal about how you recognize them. You look at her hands and they are pale and strong and calloused and elegant. And the manicure is on point. There's
I don't give a fuck.
rings of gold. You do now. Something maybe is compelling you to stare at the hands. You know you can stare higher, but you do not dare to make that assumption. And with those hands, she snaps her fingers to regain your attention and says, Maria, open the door. And you can make me a will save.
Fuck. Okay.
Christopher, you're in the room with Maria. You can make me a perception check if you would like to wake up.
Was I just napping?
It's night. You guys were like sleeping for the night.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just
That's
like,
only a 17.
boy cronked out. 15.
Christopher, you don't wake up. You're hearing these weird voices in your sleep though. And it's sort of like you're semi-conscious, but not enough to make yourself wake up. Maria, you fail. Maria, you're gonna open this door.
I should have lied to you.
Whether you want to or not, that I will leave to you. But your body moves, it betrays you. You're gonna open this door. And you're gonna bow ever so slightly as your form kind of does not permit you to. It limits you from doing like a full bow. You know, it limits you from that 90-degree angle. But you will bow. You will step aside. And you will let Strahd in. And as you do, actually, I will give you this with that 17. There is a hand on the floor. You cannot make out which hand it belongs to, but it is on the floor
Like a
across the
disembodied
threshold.
hand?
No, it's attached to something.
Okay.
If you want, you can make a perception check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You don't hear the laundry machine fucking it up back there, do you?
Only when you
Okay,
speak.
it's going whoosh, like it's going fucking nuts.
You're a little bit.
The wonder of noise suppression.
Oh yeah.
That's only a 17 again.
You recognize it takes you a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean seconds, but the seconds feel like minutes. You recognize the small tenderness of these hands that helped you bathe.
All right, everybody, road trip to Aki's.
Strahd walks in, takes a look at this little room that you have here, like full checking it out. Picks up sheets like with like 2 fingers, puts it back down. Like, okay, I touched unkept linens, you know, like things like that. Looks at there's like a little small table. She'll like run her hands across it and check for dust, and there is no dust. And she kind of makes up like a kind of impressed face. She'll walk to the window, look out it, and kind of just lean over there, and goes, "Oh, I thought you and your people would shack up all together. It would appear that you have more money than I thought you would have. Maria, go get them for me." Strahd says.
Strahd stops.
We'll
to
throw
put
it back.
in the middle.
I'm glad that could still be picked up.
Um,
It's beyond
Always,
noise
every
suppression.
time.
Oh yeah.
am I free? Can I speak freely? Like above table?
Above table, yes.
Okay.
In character will require a roll, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then Maria wants to try to speak. Is that another will?
Yes, it's all gonna be like will to do things on your own.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, you can speak. You will yourself to speak.
I didn't realize you knew my name.
Oh, it took a little bit. But I know who you travel with. I know their names. I know where
The
they're
woman that you fused with a cow.
from. You are just one of many. You're not that special, my dear.
I'm not concerned with being special. I'm concerned, perhaps less so, that I am so special to you at this moment. I am being regarded with a name. Why do I
But-
matter to you now?
What you should be concerned about is getting me your fucking people. Go get
No.
me your people. Make a will.
Uh, 21.
Oh yeah, it's you feel your body turn. This is a lot of it will be like instinctually, and then you have to force yourself to stop. You have to force yourself to say no, which feels almost like another language in your mouth right now. You are speaking common though. It's just all of this extra work suddenly kind of sinks in for you. But you do say no. And Strahd looks so amused. Okay. You want to have a talk? I'm here to talk. I would have liked to speak with your whole group. Your group, I think. But I can just talk with you. Christopher, you are like full on full. You're hearing this. You can make another perception roll. And I will also allow Ellie and Aisha too, because it's like the walls aren't that thick. You can kind of hear mumbling, and it's more so can you pick up on the mumbling? And I'm pretty sure Ellie has
18
sensitive
now.
hearing.
Oh, I got a nat 20 plus 8. That's 28, baby.
I got less than that.
So I got little fox ears, you know? I can hear everything.
18. Sorry, I wasn't sure.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, so Christopher, you are conscious. You cannot wake up. You can't. what you're trying really, really hard. Okay? You know roughly, like, you understand this conversation. You know there's someone else in this room. You know that Maria is honestly in danger. You can't. Your little puppet body, it's so heavy right now. You cannot move your head. You cannot move your eyes. Your joints are like stiff. You need to be oiled. Like, that's what it feels like. It's just this. It sucks. It really, really sucks. You're in full sleep paralysis mode.
All right. Well, here I lay, here I stay.
Aisha, you're having some good sleeps. This bed is nice. Honestly, you
Aisha
heard
sleeps hard.
you heard the weird part, but you're like, this whole place is fucking weird. Good sleeps.
Yeah. I think when you grow up with like shambling zombies outside of your windows from childhood, you just
Sleep
learn to
through
sleep
anything.
through it.
And these beds had like pillow mints and stuff on it. Like, you know, like, it was nice. This was nice. This tavern is so much nicer than the one in Valaki. Okay? I'm just gonna straight up say that. Ellie, nat 20. You heard it. You're understanding a little bit. You can wake up. It's easy for you, honestly. And you hear mumbling, I will say, because, you know, there's still walls, but you know there is someone else in the room where Maria and Christopher are. Their voice is, their voice is different. It's also very cold in the corner side of the wall where that meets Maria's and Christopher's. It's just very cold. So maybe your bed is a little bit closer to it, and that's why you're feeling this growing coldness. And the windows are closed and all that stuff, you know?
I have a question about that. So, because of the kind of kitsune I am, I'm a frozen wind kitsune. Do I register that, like, in my human form?
Yeah, I would say so. You with natural climate coldness, much like, you know, easier to bear, but this is an unnatural coldness, I would say. Which, you know, like, you are you can differentiate.
So alarm bells.
Yeah, you also like you've definitely like stumbled upon, like, you know, like undead, like zombie skeletons, and they radiate
cold,
that
necrotic.
same kind of that coldness where it's like, that's not natural. If this was taking place in the winter, you'd be fine. Like, you know what I mean? You can just tell, though, there's something super off about that.
Okay, hearing the voices, noticing that this is not a natural chill. I look over and I see Aisha is still sleeping. I would like to very stealthily move over to Aisha to wake her up. Do I need to roll stealth for this since I'm in another room? Like, I hear that there's somebody out there. I want to make sure I'm not heard.
Yeah, I would say yes. You should.
Okay.
The DC won't be incredibly high.
15 total.
Yeah. You can be as quiet as you can be, because you're also still just getting up out of bed. Wooden floors, creaks will happen, but you do a really good job at just basically hopping over to where Aisha is knocked out. Like, not like physically knocked out. It's just, this bitch was tired and you know, like
I dug a grave today.
Yeah, you did. You dug a grave, you carried a body. You must be so sore. Like,
normally
Ellie
wouldn't do this, but because of trying to not make noise on the floor, she will, like, very swiftly, like, move across the room and, like, sit on the edge of the bed and just start, like, shaking you very gently and just say, Aisha, somebody's here. I think something's wrong. We need
Aisha, you can choose to wake up, by the way, because it's like the action is happening.
Yeah, eyes open, immediate eye contact. What's wrong?
Unnatural cold, and I hear a strange voice outside. I don't think it's... Do you feel that?
Help me get my armor.
And I will help.
As I'm like getting my armor on, I'm going to whisper, I'm gonna grab my weapon. I'm gonna go see what's going on. If I'm not back in 30 seconds, you get Ismark and Irina, you go out the window, you run till dawn. Got it?
Got it.
If it's her, if it's the vampire, I'm probably not winning, but vampires like to talk, so I'll buy as much time as I can.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab my sword and I'm gonna head out into the hallway.
Mhm.
Literally wearing night clothes, heavy armor.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask as a check. Nobody here has the like armor assist.
This takes
Feet.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I was gonna say this will take 5 minutes. It'll take some time. I will say that you guys are probably hurrying to get as much of this armor on as you can. And while this is happening, the conversation is still going on beyond. And honestly, after Ellie pointed it out, the coldness, the mumbling, you can hear it. It's still mumbling, so it's difficult to pick up on every word. It's very difficult to pinpoint where the conversation is going, and you both can roll perception if you want to focus on that as well, because you can multitask. Okay, you're putting on armor, it click clack. Okay, so you can do that. And 24
19.
19. Okay, I will keep that in mind and let you know what you pick up as we jump back to Maria and the sleep paralysis demon Christopher. And Christopher, I will also let you continue to make some more perception rolls to try and wake up. I'll just let you know when that happens. Until then, though, you are Andy's homing too hard right now. Okay. Maria. Strahd is her arms are crossed. She's leaning back against the wall by a window. And she stares at you and she's letting you speak. And for the moment, you can say what you would like to say. There is nothing stopping you. And you are very, very acutely aware of that.
No.
No, what?
No, you will not speak to my people. And no, you will not be speaking to me.
Mm-hmm. Is that it? Is this your grandstand against me?
It's not anything grandeur, it is simply what's going to happen.
I'm taking it easy on you, Maria, because you provide some form of amusement right now. You must have questions. I'm actually here to welcome you all properly to Barovia. I'm not even here for Irina, and I know she's next door. I'm just here to answer questions. Because I feel like, to be a good host, I should at least offer that. I do already know what your plans are. And I thoroughly enjoy how you may take part on this next leg of the journey. But don't you want to know what happened
What
to
more?
you.
What more is there to know other than an evil mistress deciding to toy and play with lives?
Maybe the name of your village? You can't remember that, can you?
No.
I can give it to you. You must be wondering why it's not, anywhere. Gosh, what else could I give you? And she looks very pointedly at your stomach. And she goes, "Oh. I could give you the name of your child. I remember it."
A name for a new child is merely temporary. The name of the child can be whatever they decide. I don't need to have to remember a decision that I made.
Oh, you poor, sad cow. I don't mean that one. How much do you remember?
I remember waking up in my own filth with hundreds of other animals. Animals that sounded like my neighbors, children, but also swine were birds and chickens were dogs. We were left to rot, and that is all I need to remember, to know. I will not be humoring you.
That's fascinating. Oh, if only I could study you a little bit more. I'd love to pick your brain on these topics. Did learn something interesting about you though, so I'm feeling very generous. What do you love more, your village or your daughter?
I'm not answering that.
Okay, well then I'll just flip a coin or something. And Strahd will straight up pull up a coin, flip it. It'll land on some. I'm gonna just make my own little just odds even roll here so that way I can figure out what I tell you. Your village is named Vitari.
It doesn't matter, it's gone.
You saw it, it's still there.
It's gone.
Oh, it's not my problem what the people of Barovia choose to do. And they chose to forget you. Well, I never did. I love Vitari. It's a great place. So much work to be done.
And I am one person. I do not need to be remembered.
No, you do, because you are the only one so far that that fucking goddess has taken an interest in. And that is so spicy.
Every time. I love it so much.
But the timing was just
the
perfect
timing
on
was
that
great.
one.
The timing was great.
It's just so spicy.
Speaking of timing, Joe, you can make your perception
Fuck yeah.
check finally.
I swear to God.
And as for Mimi and Mandy, I will say you heard the village name. You can kind of hear ins and outs of said conversation. It's like you picked up almost every fifth word or something like that. So you hear daughter. You heard Strahd kind of be like, who you love more? And then you heard goddess, and that's really it. So you heard the village name, daughter, who you love more, goddess. That's
Have I ever heard the village name before?
You have Barovia lore or something?
I don't.
You don't.
But
20.
I've been in Barovia. Ooh.
You've been in Barovia for a hot minute, yeah. You can make a society check then. Aisha, I know you have Barovia lore, I think.
Yeah, I'll roll.
You
I
can
rolled
you
a
can
1.
Oh,
I don't know
No.
shit.
no, Ellie, no.
I
You're
got
like
13.
you, Aisha. You're like, damn, mate. What's with all these villages and their V names? There is something familiar about it, but you just can't tell if it's like because you're like, oh, I was in Valaki, this is Vitari. It kind of sounds similar, or if it's maybe you have heard something when you first got here. You cannot pinpoint it. It sounds familiar. You're just not sure where the fuck this familiarity comes from. Sleep check.
I think it was a 20. Right?
I got a
Here.
20.
You got 20?
I got a 20. Can I wake up?
You can wake
Can I
up. You
please
can wake up. You can wake up. That is the exact DC you needed.
Thank God. Okay. Sweet.
You
I'm
will.
in the pocket, right?
No, I think you were on like the bed this time around.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
was
guys were
on the
like
bed?
sleeping, yeah, and like Tiny has been like your body pillow at this point, you know, like because Tiny's a snake, well, pipe fox, but you know, you get what I mean. So you've had like you've
But I'm in
had
the
good
room.
sleeps.
But I'm in the same room, right?
You were
as
in the
this
same
is-
room, yeah,
Okay.
and you heard the whole conversation. You have continued to hear and understand and process this entire conversation. So
I don't need
who Strahd is there.
Cool. I don't need to do like a will saving, right? That only affects Maria.
No,
I can
that
speak
only affects
freely?
Maria. That only affects Maria. You are
Okay.
not an experiment of Strahd.
Sweet.
You have a different master.
Well, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Christopher will slowly like, which by the way, above table, I have a question. Do we prefer saying I for when our character does something, or should we say like our character's name to do something? Do you have a preference on this?
It really doesn't matter, yeah.
Okay, sweet. I know that some streams are particular about that, that's fine. Okay, cool. So Chris will slowly wake up. I think he will nudge Tiny enough to also wake up because they're like linked. So I'm sure Tiny's awake at this point as well. And fighting with his puppet body, he will like slowly stand up on the unsafe mattress ground that is like a little wobbly and point his finger at Strahd and just like, you need to shut the fuck up, bitch.
Strahd will like Strahd was like facing a way, like looking at Maria, but kind of just like glazing over. So you register the full uncanniness of the eyes moving just shooting towards you. There is no the expression is like neutral as fuck, okay? She was amused with Maria. She's low-key amused with you, but it's incredibly neutral, so like you calling her a bitch like if you were trying to entice something out of her, consider that a fail. And she looks at you. You feel her eyes studying you briefly. She'll go, oh, this one is Christopher Inkwolf, right?
Yeah, so you've heard about me. That is amazing. Could you, I'm sure that you also heard about the door that is behind you. So if you could leave, that would be great. I don't think Maria wants you here. I don't want you here. You creep me the fuck out.
I don't care what you want. Strahd laughs at your face. God, this is weird. I'm not sure why. I mean, you're supposed to be dead, so you're a little bit interesting to me. It's kind of funny that you're in this body. I was kind of hoping you'd pick something else. Oh, but you don't get to pick that, do you? Right? You didn't get to pick that. It just kind of happened, right?
Her words clearly have an effect on him. And he's like, wait, you know about, I was supposed to...
Don't say anything, Christopher.
Oh, but you must be so interested. Don't you want to know where your friends are? Oh, I could do you one better. I could tell you where your body is. I've been keeping it in very good condition, by the way. I'm not I'm not into men, but like I see the attraction. I definitely see it. You were a very handsome man. So upsetting. What a waste.
You know where my body is? And he like clearly is like so zoned in on Strahd that he doesn't really register like Maria.
Oh, yes. And I've been it's in good condition. Don't worry about it. I sewed you up real good.
You have... Can I have... Where's my body?
Where's your body? Oh, well... So right now I have it in my abode, my castle. Because where else am I gonna keep it safe? I could give it to you. Would you like your body back? I'm so... This entire leg of the journey must be so difficult since you're... you don't look much of that heroic title that you had back in Baldur's Gate. Yeah. You look kind of more worthy of the fireplace. But I do have your body. Could give it back. God, what's his name? Callan? He's been fucking whining about it for God knows how long.
They're with you? All of them are with you?
No, not all of them. Just the ones that wanted to be.
Who didn't want to be with you?
None of them wanted to be with her.
I'm so persuasive, Maria. Everybody wants to be with me.
You're
if they have
manipulative.
something they want.
And you're evil.
I mean, maybe to you, I've kind of fucked you over the most, so I guess I'm very, very, very evil to you.
Is she with you?
The pink one?
He just stares because he knows that that she knows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to answer that just yet.
Did you hurt her? Because if you,
No. She's a little girl. I don't hurt little girls. I drop my fucking pen. Whatever. Strahd drops the pen, just like shit. Strahd was taking notes. Strahd was like had like there was a piece of paper floating. And Strahd was just like fucking writing, and the pen drops. Like fuck it. His floor is pretty filthy. What was I saying?
Focus,
Yeah.
ADHD baby, focus.
Mhm.
No, Chris obviously doesn't say that.
It'd be somebody like, can you even snap?
Probably not.
Like it's just, this is a real question.
It's like a weird clunking of his like fingers that don't move.
Yeah, just wood on wood, but like really tiny too, because you have like little fingers.
Little tiny hands.
Like the tiniest castanets.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Strahd will continue. You're like, well, let's just say I am looking for her. Very interested in the magic she holds. Also,
What?
I just like her vibe. I think she would make a great bride. I don't know, I'm still debating.
What do I have to do so you leave her alone?
I'll get back to you on that.
Don't make bargains with her. Don't ask anything of her.
You don't. Wouldn't you?
Oh, she wouldn't. She didn't want to know the name of her child.
So you don't understand then. Okay. Okay.
My babies over there. 5 minutes are up. In terms of what you heard with, Christopher's awake. Okay. Christopher is panicked. You heard the word bitch get thrown around.
Ooh, spicy.
And you can now piece together the mentions of body, Christopher's body. Okay. In terms of like when they start talking about pink girl, that's where you're lost, okay? Because you have no context for any of that. But the body you can kind of piece together because you understand a little bit. Yes, not to be confused with Jennifer. You two, you had a plan. It was Aisha's gonna go to the next room. Doesn't come out in 30 seconds. Ellie, yeet.
Yep.
Is there anything you'd like to do right now? Because you can basically enact your little plan, but Ellie, you do have like the 30 seconds. So do you want to chill in the room or do you want to do anything else?
I am going to, before I make a decision, how is Cardamom reacting to the energy that's here?
You ever see a bird square up?
Yeah, he's ready to square up.
Yeah, like Cardi has been putting themselves between you and the cold spot, because the cold spot is for Cardamom the closest thing to Strahd right now. Cardi has been putting themselves right in between, squaring up with the corner. Feathers all like frilled. They're not attacking. They're not like, no noise is being made, nothing. It's just, this is one tense bird.
Has he said anything?
If you were trying to be quiet, so I'm gonna say no, because
Okay.
Cardamom can understand, like these cues, especially if you're the one who is initiating cues, hence the stealth. So no, Cardamom hasn't said anything, but you need no checks to know that Cardamom is stressed out, is purposely gonna keep you far away from the cold spot, and honestly, like that, like it's just that it's a good
He's
mixture
trying
of
to
that.
protect me. Okay.
Mhm.
I think I'm going to whisper to him in his language. I'm blanking again on what it's called because it was really obscure when we talked about it.
Like necrol.
Necrol, yeah, I think that's what it was. And I'm just going to very, very quietly say to him, I need you to stay with me. We're going to go next door probably soon to get the others.
Really quickly, can you hear this upstairs? Thank fucking God. Okay,
I
my
just
mom.
hear my dog snoring in the background, and hopefully my mic isn't picking that up because he's.
I don't
really
hear.
snoring.
I don't hear.
Hardcore.
Yeah. No, it's just there's like so much movement. I was like, what the fuck's happening? My mom is vacuuming. So I can hear it. So I was just a little bit worried about that being picked up.
Okay.
But it's good. It's not.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she whispers to Cardamom, like, I need you to stick with me. We're gonna go get the others soon. Meaning, Irina and Ismark.
Mm-hmm. So Cardamom will do like a nod, like a one nod, to show you that they understand.
Okay.
If you were to leave, Cardamom's not gonna hop on your shoulder. Cardamom is gonna actually like fly from one like place that they can perch to another, and once again keeping them in between you and the cold spot. That's something you can't get past, unless you really try to push a bird out of the way, and then Cardamom might just jump you. So it's it's one of those vibes.
I'm just gonna let him do what he feels is right. I trust his instincts.
All right, Aisha, I'm assuming you're gonna leave the room, right?
Yeah, I open the door.
And you see Mirabelle on the floor, kind of just outside of the open door room, which you can kind of hear the conversation so much better now because everything's open. Mirabelle has a small pool of blood forming by her head. She is out. That's what it looks like to you.
Okay. Do I need to make a stealth check to approach this room without being noticed?
Yes, absolutely. Because the doors are all open, shadows, you know the deal.
Okay. That is a 23.
Yeah, that'll do it. You can approach quietly. You know how this wood is kind of laid out, so you know where exactly to step to keep the little cracks and the creaking from coming. And you're also an experienced fighter, so you may choose to hide however you'd like. I will say that if you were to like peek your head around the corner, you know that Strahd's kind of facing the door, like their body is facing the door, but like her head and stuff, she's like turned. Maria also obstructs all of you because Maria is also by the door, like not by the door, but like in front, standing in front of the door. So it's sort of like you can kind of tell from this way.
Yeah, I just want to get like to like the edge of the door without being noticed, and like while Christopher is still arguing with Strahd, a gunshot just rings out. I just like whip around and you can see basically I am holding this modified longsword, so like the pommel is up against my shoulder and my hand is on like this like modified groove on the blade, and I just shoot Strahd.
All right. Obviously, please roll to hit.
That was not good. You know what? I'll use my hero point on this. That is a 16 to hit.
Okay. You are a very trained, experienced fighter. So you choose to shoot. You do not hit like you shoot past Maria. You will not be hitting Maria. Maria is safe because you are trained. You got fucking good aim. Okay, like this is your shit. And while you're so focused on this, you see Strahd's eyes turn to you, and your bullet does hit. Where would you like to hit? Actually, where were you aiming exactly? Because it's Strahd, then there's Maria, so it's like, it's
I was aiming basically for the place where Strahd's heart would be.
mhm. You see the bullet hit her chest and then just roll off. She she actually catches the little bullet casing that like comes out. Whatever tried to hit her, and you can see her like holds it up and examine it. This thing is crushed.
Yeah,
It
I
looks like a pebble
mm,
compared to what you know the shape of it to be. She goes, "Oh, and you're Aisha."
well, I had to try.
It was a good shot. You didn't hit Maria. You didn't hit the wall. That would suck. I don't know if you can pay for bullet to the wall. And I haven't been hit by many of these before, so this is a very interesting experience for all of us. Hello, I'm the Baroness Strahd. Strahd doing Strahd things. Looks at you. Some more. Aisha takes a good, proper, like, look at you. In fact, she will make a gesture with her hand where she just kind of reaches forward, but not really. It's kind of just more so in front of her, and moves it slightly. And Maria, I mean, if you'd like to contest that with a will save, you can.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And contest like I'm
you're
trying
gonna
to
move.
Okay.
Yeah. Without this time, without much of a telling you.
23.
23. So you fight like really hard, and while your body doesn't move, your head does. Just move slightly. So, in a way, you have won, but you still did move. And this is something that you are, after doing all of these will rolls, this is something that you are aware that you need. You may need more help, I would say, breaking this weird hold. It's when I say weird, you are aware this is weird. This should not be happening, but it feels right, and I think that's more unsettling.
Do I notice this is happening?
Yeah, it's happening right in front of you.
Yeah, I think without looking away, I think I like glance at Maria and then turn back to Strahd and say, "Hey, why don't you leave the nice lady alone and talk to me?"
I mean, I am talking to you. I would like to get a better look at you.
I will just step fully into the room and say, Maria, can you check on Mirabelle in the hallway, please? See if you can help her.
I can't move.
And then I turn back to Strahd and say, let her go.
Joe, what do you have to offer me to let her go?
Don't offer anything. Don't speak to her.
You want to speak to me, right? So that way your other friend has 30 seconds to leave. Was it 30? It was a little hard to hear. You guys did a very good job being quiet.
You're just so smug. I guess that's what living for 1,000 years does to you. It makes you smug.
I mean, this confidence is earned, that's for sure.
I'm asking you nicely, which I'm sure you know is a thing that I don't do very often. Please let Maria go check on Mirabelle.
I'm so curious, what will you do if I don't?
You know I can't kill you. So what do you want?
What do I want? I wanted a conversation, which I'm getting. So that's good. I guess. I'd like just know what you want to do next. Actually, yeah, that's a little bit better. You have such an interesting path, and I mean, I could just wait and watch as I've been doing. But I just don't do well with spoilers, you know?
My job is protecting people from monsters, and I hear that this place has a lot of monsters.
Sure it does. Ellie, it's been 30 seconds. What are you doing?
Do I hear the conversation? Like, do I hear that Strahd knows?
I would say yes, because all the doors are open now, and where nobody is willingly being quiet except for you, for in terms of like, sneaking out potentially. So
I don't think running is gonna do anybody any good. If anything, that might prompt this to change from a conversation to not. So I give Cardamom a look, and I will step out into the hallway. And I'm gonna move towards where Strahd is, because I don't think running will make any difference. But the look I give Cardamom is like, go watch over the door, like, of the other room. He probably won't like that, but
Cardamom does not. Yeah. You get the feeling Cardamom does not like that, but will listen because you told them to do that, and they listen to you. They don't have to like it though. So
I will him to go watch over Ismark and Irina.
And Cardamom will fly over to their room. Their room is not right beside yours, but close by. So like you can see where Cardamom goes, basically. and you are still within the vicinity, like that you need to be with each other. You are not that far apart. And when you say you're gonna go to where Strahd is, are you gonna stand by the door? You also see Mirabelle, by the way.
I do.
Like, what would you like to do?
I am. I don't have my armor on, but I'm not gonna try to fight this bitch. So I'm gonna step into view, and I'll say,
I would normally say how nice of you to join us, but it seems that your reception is not very friendly.
Strahd, once again, the eyes move to you, and you're very, very aware of it. And Strahd, her smug face turns a little brighter. Oh, you are Elwyn?
That would be me.
My spies did not mention how pretty you are.
I think compliments will get you nowhere at this point.
Compliments can get you everywhere when you're charismatic enough or rich enough. I've seen that work too.
Well, considering you're holding my friend against her will, and acting in the way that you're acting, I'm not convinced.
Oh, you all have a very strange perception of what's going on here. This one is mine. And she gestures very slightly to Maria.
I don't agree.
You don't have to agree. I don't care. But that's fine. I'm all here for the adventure. And I do want to see where this newfound agency goes with you, Maria. This is fun for me. This is honestly scientific discovery, and I'm here for it. But now,
Just let her go, and I'll talk as long as you want to talk. We can even sit down for coffee.
oh, you think I have a hold on her? No. This is her doing. Action. I have no magic here. You can check. I mean, I do have magic, but the magic is not being used on her. Check. And Strahd, in fact, does like a little pose. Go ahead. Detect your
Question.
magic.
Question above while this is all going on, could I, or Chris, could I have Tiny check on Mirabelle? Obviously, she can't really do too much, but like, can she just go over and check since she's like not in this very much, I don't know, intense conversation with the Overlord Vampire?
You can. And
Sweet.
Tiny would have a much better, honestly, a much easier time doing so because she is a pipe fox, but she slithers around. You know what I mean? She's small.
Right.
So
Can
if she's
she?
like,
Yeah. Can she carry anything? Like, do we have potions? Do I have potions on me? I actually don't know. I should check my inventory.
I don't think you have potions on you, but she
Damn it.
can carry things. Just like grab her.
Okay, cool. Can she? Because at this point we can all kind of see Mirabelle in the hallway, right? Or is it? Yeah, cool. Can she grab like the pillow to like stop the bleeding and slither over there?
I wouldn't say she'd be able to grab a pillow, but she can definitely grab like she can rip up
anything
a
like
part of
this.
the sheet or something like that,
Yeah.
and do so and kind of stay
Cool.
and whatnot. Yeah. So basically, you don't even have to
Apply pressure.
you don't have to like say it out loud either. It's kind of as long as you like maintain this intent, and it's like and you are you're trying to send this to Tiny. Tiny's your familiar, so Tiny just kind of has that connection with you, and so she by the way was doing the thing that was coiled up, you know, as snakes do when they're scared, but she will toughen up and be very brave and strong, Tiny. And you see her go do it. She takes a little, like, rips off a bit of the blankets and everything and slithers off pretty easily.
For a moment, I think like Chris will look kind of surprised because he's not used to having a familiar, so he'll be like, oh shit, she's moving, and like watches her like go and like, oh nice, and then he will like focus back on it. But it was definitely like a little surprise to him that she mentally connected with him.
Yeah. Things you may notice, honestly, since you're having a bit of this this realization here, is that Tiny feels what you feel, and like where you're capable of like masking it because of this body you're in, but also just how you are personality wise. Tiny is not able to do so. Tiny doesn't know how to do it yet. If at all, if she ever will learn, that's also like up for debate. But Tiny cannot mask what she's feeling, because she's highly influenced by your emotions. That is just food for thought.
Oh no, so she's like panicked and scared. I don't like that at all. Damn it, Christopher. Get your shit together. Okay.
I would say panicked and scared, yes, but always comfortable with you. Always. And Maria, honestly, at this point, Maria was fucking done. No, you know what? All of you, actually, because you've all been pretty chill towards Tiny. You haven't done anything to startle her, or you've made conversations with her. So I would say she's relatively chill, the most comfortable, obviously, with Christopher by default, but like relatively chill with the rest of you, actually. Tiny doing things. Tiny doing
tiny things. I love it.
Enough happiness.
Is it possible during this conversation for me to weave the soothe spell into my words and use it on Mirabelle?
Yeah, soothe is like a 60 range thing, so like you're good. You can do so.
Okay.
However, when you say like weave, are you trying to do this subtly? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not trying to hide it. I just don't have my instrument on hand, and I'm not going to sing for Strahd, so I was just going to weave it into my words.
Into your words. Yeah, okay. Then yeah. I just wanted to know if you were like trying to stealthily cast soothe.
I'm not trying to hide it. So 1d10 plus 4.
Yep.
She gets 8 hit points back, and she now has a +2 status bonus to saves against mental effects.
Soothe. I love fucking soothe. You feel it go off. Tiny's doing. Tiny actually is doing a good job keeping pressure. So, There is still blood, but that's just like that. Now that's like old blood at that point. Like that was
Right.
what was leaking out. You will not know what you healed, like what the wound was or anything like that. Not yet. You have to do a full examination on her
Right.
properly. But you can tell that it worked. It healed something, and Tiny's not like freaking out or anything. So you're pretty sure she's still alive.
Okay.
Okay.
She is my friend, and I don't want her to die. So
The only
Yeah.
one who can do it, but I cannot move.
She's just very still, you know, that kind of vibe. Tiny might even be wrapped around her neck at this point,
Oh.
because snakes need warmth, like right, but Tiny's also trying to keep pressure somewhere. But Tiny's not like squeezing or anything. This is not like a choke out scenario. This is like a holy, where am I going? Yeah, kind of.
I am protecting.
I think when Strahd says she's not casting any magic, I don't have detect magic, but when she says she's not casting any magic, I do turn and look at Maria again.
Try to move.
You need to make will saves to try and move. Yeah.
If I am encouraging, will that lower the DC? Will that help?
20.
I would say in this scenario right now, no, because the big threat is there. The big threat being Strahd. 20. If you try to move your feet, that's what betrays you. But if you try to move like your hands, you can move your hands. Like you can.
Am I still
squeeze, you can-
visibly struggling though?
If you move your legs, yeah. Like you guys can. It's almost as if she's glued
Yeah.
to the floor. Like the legs don't move. They shake a little bit. The knees might bend a little bit. Maria, do you have a tail?
Yeah.
The tail doesn't move either, which is a little bit. It's as if she's petrified from like the waist down. Like that's how like little the movement is. But she can move her arms, her head, with whatever range of motion that is. I will say, like you feel a little bit sluggish as well, right? Because you're not trying to like. You like if you were to make some like a motion like this, for example. It's definitely not at the speed that I'm doing it. It feels sore. Is the best way to put it.
Oh, sorry.
Even if it's not helping, Aisha does just say, "You are your own person, no matter what she says."
Sorry, you might need to repeat that for me because my thing froze for like 2 seconds.
Aisha tells Maria, "You are your own person, no matter what she says."
Maria just nods, but you can see that she is still just trying to urge her feet and tail to move at this point. She just doesn't want to crawl in front of Strahd, but she knows she needs to get to Mirabelle.
Yes, well, I think I've terrorized you all enough for tonight. I think I've answered some questions, left you wanting more. Actually, I haven't answered any of your questions, Elowen, but do you have any questions?
I don't.
Actually,
need
I haven't
answers.
answered. Sorry, I interrupted you. I haven't answered any of Aisha's either.
Oh,
we're
my
just
question was
asking questions.
why you're such a smug bitch. So I think we covered that.
Oh, okay, good. Excellent. Elowen, what were you saying?
You don't have any answers that I could possibly want. And
Guess
above
not.
table, can I tell if this is actually Strahd or not?
You can make a What kind of check are you trying to make? Like
I'm
Like if
I'm
she's
trying to determine
incorporeal or
if this
something.
is an image or if it is physically her.
okay, I would say I will take either perception or arcane. Or just arcana.
Arcane
Okay.
season 2
Mhm.
coming November.
Okay, well,
Yay.
if it's Arcana, it's a 20, and if it's Perception, it's a 23. So I'll take the higher one, I guess.
Yeah, that's fraud.
Hmm.
Like fully there. Just there's a way that the lights bounce off of her. That is
You can tell it's not
correct.
a
Yeah.
projection. Okay.
Yeah. She's fully here. And
You know what? I do have a question.
mhm.
Why would you bother to come all the way down here from your illustrious castle? Physically, yourself. Are you that bored?
Incredible. Why do you think I made her? I point to Maria. Strahd points to Maria. It's incredibly boring when you're just doing the same things every day.
Oh,
Even
no,
then, that's
I
why
say,
what do they say? Amuse me.
if you're bored, you're a bore.
Oh. Let's see if you're singing the same song afterwards. You came here willingly.
I did.
How's that going for you?
Well, it was going well until a couple of days ago, and I imagine that has everything to do with you.
One, no, actually. Like, I believe it was Aisha who said there's a lot of monsters here. I don't control all of them. I definitely don't control that bitch goddess. I just let them stay here. Talk to them every now and then. See what's up. I let people do what they want to do until I want to do something. It's a little bit more organic that way, you know?
I don't think any of you have seen Ellie act in this way before.
Anywho, you are also all going to be traveling with my Irina, so I just wanted to formally introduce myself and see what your plans were next. And how long can you entertain me? This is kind of funny. It's you're not even from this plane, and that's my favorite part. Puppet, cow, junior bard. I don't even know what you are, but either way, I can't wait to see what you will all become. I'm gonna take your silence as a I don't know how to respond to that.
I have nothing to say
And-
to that.
And Strahd is just going to walk straight forward. Maria, your feet finally move. And it is to step aside from Strahd. It doesn't force you to like bow or anything like before. You're simply getting out of the way.
Right.
I believe Aisha and Ellie are also both in the way, and it's your choice if you want to move. But I'm letting you know you will be moved.
I want to know if Aisha moves.
Aisha is too stubborn, and I think as Strahd starts walking, goes, "You don't want to turn into a bat and fly out the window?"
Of course not. I walked in here, walk my way out. I don't want to throw the bat trick on you just yet.
Aisha's not moving.
You will be moved. What's your AC?
My AC is that doesn't seem correct. It should be higher than that.
You are wearing your armor. You did take time to do that.
Yeah. I think it's an 18, but I'm double checking. It's a 19.
19. Okay. 1 second. Because I realized. Why are you training? Not you. Sorry, it's Strahd though. I'm like, I'm just trying to put something like down, and this bitch in everything. Let me just roll this real quick here. And you said it was a 19?
Yep.
Right? That was your AC? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are, of course, you are moved. Okay. When Strahd sees that you will not move out of her way, she simply lifts her hand into a flick, flicks you, and you're gonna be sent back. You're going to take 24 points of damage as she flicks you across the room. You are out the door. Ellie, I will say you can get out of the way in time. Aisha is big.
Yeah, I do sidestep.
Like I said, I'm interested in seeing what you become. She's gonna continue to walk her way out. Ellie, are you moving?
I do sidestep out of her way, because I saw what she just did to Aisha, and I would like to survive another day so I can fight this bitch.
Mm-hmm. She moves past you.
I think you'll find that my fangs will be longer than yours.
She sees Strahd is a very big woman. And so she will lean very, very close to you, and you find your back is against a wall. So you can shrink away, but there is no moving now. Oh, you're gonna beat her gaze?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
Do I need to make a will save?
I'm trying to figure out how an intimidation check here might work for Strahd. Yeah. What? Just give me a hot second. I haven't had. This is a very long.
If I have to roll intimidation, I got a really good bonus to that. Despite how cute I am.
Do you want to be scary? To try and be scary towards Strahd? Is that what's like? Or
I'm just talking shit really at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I now realize that she has no idea what I am. Which is hilarious to me. Mandii, the player.
Okay. I think I will say right now. I will say.
I'm gonna use my hero point. That's better.
Yeah, the idea is you just don't want to crit fail.
That is a 19.
You do a good job, but as Strahd continues to push you into this corner, your ears give you away. First, your ears droop, and then perhaps the rest of you. As the cold that Cardi is trying to protect you from is all encompassing. It's actually so fucking cold. And you don't feel like that, honestly, at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of winter being able to bite, that is
That's a foreign concept to me.
yeah, and but right now you get it. Your skin feels dry. Your cheeks start to like redden a little bit, even. Just it's intense. And then you see Strahd kind of lift her hand, and it makes you want to flinch. But Strahd doesn't touch you. Strahd just wants to see what would have happened if I did this. And then Strahd gives you a very big smile, and you see her fangs. They are very long. They are sharp. It reminds you of a snake. It reminds you of a lot of things, actually. Things that you know, if that were to touch you, it would. You don't want to think about the pain. I don't think you want to think about anything right now. You just want her to get away at this point.
Yeah.
And Strahd says nothing, continues to smile, and then will continue to walk. Her cloak kind of brushes over Tiny and Mirabelle. She doesn't like step on them or anything like that. It's just kind of like she actually moves a little bit aside to not step on them. And then she'll continue to walk kind of in the center, down the stairs, and out the tavern door.
As soon as I can move, I am going to collect Mirabelle.
You can make like a medicine check to see, you know, how she's doing and whatnot. If you have anything for doing like examinations and stuff like that, feel free to add it.
Yeah, okay.
Am I able to move now that she's walked away?
Now that she's out of the building, you feel warmer again. You feel like the strength return to you, period. As if it was sapping something from you. And then you see Cardi fly as fast as Cardi can possibly to you.
Natural 20.
Mirabelle is very weak. She's like drained 2. Kind of vibe. You see where Tiny was kind of keeping hold. There are puncture wounds on her neck, but it's not just one. It's a couple that go around the neck and down. So Strahd had a more than a snack, I would say.
Okay.
You see kind of in like Mirabelle was like clutching something in her hands, and it's keys. Keys like a set of keys to these rooms. You can kind of within that 20, you already know how Strahd's memo kind of hacks. You're pretty sure she's been charmed.
Yeah, okay.
To work. Strahd had a fucking meal, and if you didn't open the door, she would have.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
When a spell has heighten +1, is that something that I have actively, or would I have to is it eventually it's heightened?
Eventually it's heightened. So
Okay.
as you level up and you can cast higher level spells, that's what heightening kind of does. So
Okay. Cool.
right now I don't
Got
think
it.
you can cast
No.
level 2 spells.
No.
Yeah.
It's
But-
the equivalent
yeah.
of like upcasting in 5e.
Okay, got it. I am gonna heal her with my divine font. I can heal with a 1d10 instead of 1d8, so that's gonna be a full 10 hit points back to her if she's lost any.
I'm gonna say right now
tide her
she's
over.
fine because of the soothe. You might want to heal Aisha, who took 24
I
points
see.
of flick damage.
I think just it doesn't. I have 4 extra spells slots for heal, so I will heal Mirabelle for that 10, and then for Aisha it's going to be 8.
Okay. For the record, my max hit points are 28. So
So-
like this,
So
she
crit you.
like fully dented my armor. Aisha's like laying on the ground with her sword like a foot away. And you heal her, and she just like coughs and goes, thought she'd at least use a whole hand.
I think you notice also my healing feels strange. It's not painful, but it does feel like white noise, like static, prickly almost, just kind of like go through the body, but it's a quick feeling, and then you are feeling a little bit better. I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to be sorry about.
Maria looks
I will
over. Sorry.
No, you continue actually.
Maria looks over to Christopher. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm fine. I'm so good.
That was me
I
asking,
should
by
go
the way.
check on Tiny.
Okay. That was Josephine asking. Maria will actually say.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. As you go over to Tiny, I don't want you to misunderstand me. I didn't ask for the names of my village or my child, because that information, it's not that it doesn't matter to me. My village is long gone. And my child might end up choosing a different name for herself another day. That name that I chose for her when I realized the importance of names, or how little important names can be if you are given them rather than choosing. Perhaps she has your body. Perhaps she has your friends, has sights on this person, this pink person. But that doesn't guarantee that they are going to end up in one piece. That it will be peaceful for you in the end, if it will continue some other curse. Looks over to everyone. As much as we can, avoid her. Somehow. Not speak to her. Move Irina away. That is at the very least what I think needs to be done. Do not be tempted by her. As much as it pains me, just as much. To not know is frustrating. But it comes
There's no
to a
making-
price.
There's no making deal with fascists. We just gotta kill her.
Exactly. I used to once believe death to not be an answer to everything, but this particular instance, it is the only answer.
Around this time, you kind of notice the door to where Ismark and Irina were staying is opened. They're making their way towards y'all. They looked ready. Like Ismark is in like full armor. You suspect that they were also awoken at some point, but they stayed inside because Irina is a target, right? And y'all were handling the way you were. Irina also looks somewhat when I say ready for a fight, I mean as ready as y'all were for the fight. She's just putting on brave but concerned for y'all face, and whatever like extra hit points you need to be healed up. By the way, Irina will have like a little potion for you to take, which she gives to you in general. So like even if you don't need to heal it up right now, you do get a minor potion. It's very little healing, but it is kind of like, it looks like a little shot. Honestly, it looks like just a little shot, like she snuck it out.
I think knowing that I'm probably not getting any more rest tonight, I'm just gonna drink it.
You heal back what you do. I believe the minor ones are just like a D8 or something, right?
Probably.
Yeah, but you heal what you need to heal. You can roll for it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm over half. That's good enough.
Okay, good. You can also tell that these two know what's going on. So like they were paying attention. They were eavesdropping. They were as ready as they needed to be.
It's also partly why I went with the gun, because it's like everybody's gonna hear this.
Everybody's gonna hear the gun. The other two sisters have not come to y'all yet, though. Yeah.
Oh. Did Cardi come land on my shoulder, or did he land in front of me?
Cardi full tackled you.
Oh.
Cardi is on you. Cardi is perching on you, basically.
She pats him and says, "Let's go check on the others." I'm going downstairs. She will head down to where not Mirabelle,
Alenka
and oh my god, I had it memorized until 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alenka and Sorvia. And they also have a big orc bartender named Eric. They're like, if you were to look in the rooms, they look asleep, but kind of like you actually woke up immediately, Ellie, so you don't know the feeling. Eric, I will straight up tell you though, is not much of an emoter. You're aware of the situations around Eric, so that doesn't necessarily bother you.
Right.
It's the two sisters that are a bit more alarming.
So are they stuck? Are they hurt?
Like, are they having visible nightmares?
Kind of, actually. So they are they're sleeping, and you can kind of see, like, the eyes are closed, but you kind of see the eyes kind of moving around. Yeah. Pretty fast asleep though. You're pretty sure. Well, actually, no. Aisha was just sleeping. You guys were the I'm awake, I'm asleep room. So you don't know what it looked like to be trapped.
Can I try to wake one of the girls up?
Yeah, you don't need to make a roll for it. If you're trying to understand what they're under, that requires the roll.
Okay, I'll roll for that as well.
Yeah, that one I will say arcane.
Okay.
Archon.
That one again. So that's a no.
No, you're not sure why they're not, like, the gunshot should have been the thing to wake them up, if anything, right? So you shake I'll say Alenka awake. She's the oldest sister. She looks a little bit out of it. You can't tell if it's because you shook her from deep sleep, or anything else. But she kind of immediately runs for the door.
Oh.
Like out of her room to go up the stairs, which y'all can kind of see her like pop out and run up. She knows exactly where y'all are, so she's going to you. If you do the same thing with Sorvia, it's literally the same thing happens, except Sorvia grabs a sword.
Oh, okay. I will also very gently try to wake up Eric in his room as well.
Eric will wake up, and his eyes were always this really glassy, foggy, murky kind of looking. He is awake. He will also get up. He does not move with concern.
Okay.
Yeah. He kind of
As-
just goes where he needs to be.
As Alinka reaches the top of the stairs, I'm just like, she's gone already.
It was the Baroness, right? That
Yeah.
part's not okay. Lenka is very like put together. Right now she is frazzled beyond anything. Also in her like little jammy jams, and she is much more concerned over the state of her younger sister, who Mirabelle will not wake up, and that's simply because she's drained too. She's out. She's alive. She's about as healthy as somebody who's drained too and missing blood can be. Getting her to wake up is difficult. You kind of feel that she just needs to ride out the sleep, and then when she wakes up, that's when it's like that's when you shove water down her throat and things like that.
I'll explain to her sisters that she needs a blood transfusion and I can put one together.
You also need a blood transfusion.
No one can give me human cow blood, so
this is true. Nobody can give you human cow blood.
I have to wait a week, and then I'll have
You do
lower
have to wait
hit
a
points
week,
than I
yeah.
already have, than I have in general. So that's just whatever. But
Then when you say this,
which one of the sisters is it? Does any of the sisters have like? I think Maria just goes like, does anyone have fucking anemia, or like, is there anyone who is like suitable for this? Preferably family.
Yeah, Sorvia is the one. I have to let it ride out.
Every time.
Sorvia is the one who will be doing it because out of the three sisters, she's like the biggest. So she's like, I got it. When I say biggest, I mean biggest physically. Like she is tall. She is pretty lean. Honestly, no, she got that Korra bod, Is that the Avatar? I don't know. Sorvia. She's the one who will offer to do it. The sisters will probably take Mirabelle to one of their rooms. The three sisters kind of have separate like little rooms, but now is the time where the siblings are all gonna shack up on the same bed, and that's it. It's sleepover for like 3 weeks.
Would I be able to make a medicine check for her drain condition and see if I can get it down or something, or is that something that we would have to do tomorrow, like maybe in the morning?
It would be better to do it in the morning, which I will say you guys will be able to obtain the equivalent of a long rest. So like for my spellcasters, you go get your spell slots back and stuff. And for Aisha, you can take that time to also heal back up some of your... I don't think you'll be back up to full. Will you be back up to full?
No,
I'm actually unsure.
I'll be at like 75, 80.
Yeah. High enough, I guess, for whatever. But there is that. It's just you will get the equivalent of a long rest, but whether the night is restful, that I do not think so. But I'll leave it to y'all. We will, unless you want to do anything right now, we will move to the morning.
Yes, I think this is more like a solo thing, but I think with everybody kind of dispersing and doing their thing, Christopher will stay behind in the room, and especially after Maria's speech, that did resonate with him in a way where like it's the struggle between what is objectively the right thing to do and what you subjectively yearn to do. I think he will take a moment to beckon Tiny to him and clutch her, and he will take a moment to silently cry, which I don't know if he can in this body, but if he can at least weep, he will, alone in the room, trying to muffle his like noises in Tiny's fur. And then once that moment has passed and he hears more commotion, he will get up and follow the group.
So the amazing thing about your puppet body is that it leans into a lot of toxic masculinity. You do not cry. You have no. There's nothing. What's gonna come out of you? You know. You feel it, though. You are weeping. You can make the noises. Your body, unfortunately, does the weird hitching motion, but nothing comes out, which is probably the weirdest feeling. Because it's dry as hell, and it's almost a very upsetting, actually, because it's like, well, now I want something to come out of me, and it's not, but you still do all the other unnecessary motions that comes with sobbing. So it's like, what the fuck? Is this a joke to you? Maybe.
I honestly feel like he might actually. I don't know if anybody. I mean, maybe many you might hear, but I think given I usually cry harder when I can't feel tears, because I'm like, I feel like tears release the pain, and I think that might be the case for him too. So anybody that probably has very keen hearing or is listening for it might be able to hear him like sob violently into Tiny's fur.
I sleep in the same room as you, so I think at some point.
Are you still there then?
Well, I think
Are you
maybe
still in the room?
I think at some point I was able to leave and just like get help get Mirabelle situated and explain the transfusion stuff.
Right.
But I think at some point I come back around and.
All right.
Just kind of.
Yeah, you would probably hear.
I knock before entering.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he like kind of pushes Tiny away, but not violently, more like, you must hide the evidence kind of way.
Tiny would have been like coiled kind of around you for like it is the equivalent that she can give as a full body hug because she doesn't have arms. So you're just kind of stuck with noodle and nuzzle, which is what happens. Tiny is warm, which you can kind of feel temperature-wise. So that might be a little bit more comforting than the sheer fucking cold all the time.
Yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for what that must have been like.
Well, I mean, it's not your fault. You didn't. And honestly, it's fine. I actually don't mind this body too much. I think it's can be quite useful, and Tiny's pretty neat, and he like pets her. So, they're good. There are good things. Sorry, I think I got sick.
My perception is already high, so I think it's just like a very obvious. Maria's just like, okay, like a man who is lying for his own hide. And she just like, would you prefer the room to yourself? Because we share a bed.
Right. I mean, and he looks to the door and then like to the bed. He's like, I mean, I feel like finding a place for you right now would just cause. If you could stay, that would be nice.
I would love to.
Thank you for checking on me?
Maria goes over to Christopher, and she's been like, handling him this entire time, but I think she just like, with her large hand, just like both of them, just like sort of caresses the sides of like your wooden cheek, and then Tiny is like sort of head, and then like gathers the both of you together and like settles into the bed to also just sleep together again.
He snuggles into Tiny, and as much as he can, trying to avoid the general breast area out of respect.
Oh, Maria's wearing clothes. Maria, you were able to
I
find.
still got
like,
2 rows of
nice
breasts,
robes.
so
Oh,
it's
right.
Yeah, you still.
Question.
I mean, yeah, but it's lots of tits,
wrists.
and stuff. But like at the very least, you're not gonna accidentally like, I don't know, suck on a nipple. Like you're fine.
What are you talking about?
I mean, if
the
anything,
show.
imagine Tiny just waking up.
No.
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 Broke Mimi with that one. Mimi's broken.
He's gonna beat my ass.
Yeah, no, he's very cozy, and I think when he thinks Maria is asleep, because I don't think he will get much sleep tonight, he will kind of like mutter, like do the typical like she's asleep so I can say something vulnerable kind of thing. But I think he will say, I think any child can be or will be very happy to have you as a parent. So whatever name she picks, I think it will be the right name.
Maria, with her eyes closed, attempting to sleep, but to a degree similarly unable to, she whispers back, "Thank you."
Is there anything anybody would like to do this night?
All good.
Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I imagine this happened like after midnight. This was like well into the night, right?
Well into the night, yeah.
Yeah. So I think Aisha just gets ready because the plan is still leave at dawn. I think she just like gets dressed, redoes her armor, maybe like goes to sit on like the steps out front of the tavern with all of her gear and is like trying to repair the dent in her breastplate.
It's hilarious that you said that because Ismark comes in with like hot. Ismark was gonna do this for you, but kind of had to find you, and he comes in with like a pitcher of like really hot water. And he's like, "I got this. You gotta trust me here. It works."
Okay, let's do it.
So what he has you hold your armor, safely, so your hands don't touch the very hot water. He puts one underneath where like the dent is, and it is a dent. It is like a flick-sized dent. So it's not horrible. It's not broken. This armor's still usable. He pours the water on it, and then he starts pushing where the dent is, and suddenly, after enough like pressure and water, it pops back up. This is the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen. Okay, because that's how people fix fucking car dents that aren't like horrible. And he just does the exact same thing, and he goes, "Ha! I can do some magic."
I mean, that's a neat trick. I'll have to remember that.
My mom taught me that one. Super easy. You just gotta make sure the water is boiling and your hands are safe.
Smart trick. Yeah, I guess that was not the most impressive first showing for a bodyguard.
I mean, you're alive, so that's, in my opinion, that's a win. Like, you're actually, wait, you're like, nothing's broken here, right?
No, it wasn't that serious, although I'll probably leave a nasty bruise.
Yeah. That's a good thing we have like 2 healers. It's pretty dope.
If she'd wanted to kill me, she would have. She
Yeah.
just thinks it's funnier for me to be alive.
Yeah, she's she does that. Toying with us. She could have taken my sister and the first night. She didn't. So I think the dumb bitch is really bored. He says, when he says dumb bitch, it gets like really quiet because your guys are outside. So he's like, I don't know, we're still being watched. He's like, I think the dumb bitch is just really bored. So yeah.
Alright, well, you should probably get a little more rest if you can. It'll be time to go before too much longer.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna stay out here, I'd rather keep you company. The last thing we need is, I don't know, you going missing. Not because you're running away, but because, shit's fucked here.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I won't say no to the company.
Of cards. They are really worn out, but like we could play cards.
Sure, let's play cards.
This deck is worn out. This deck is a very loved, used, like like family game night, like that kind of vibe. It's a full deck. It's just paint's faded. If it were like white, it's off white, and you're like, dude, what the fuck, man? The oil of your fingers must be insane. Okay,
I think I've probably seen worse.
you've probably, yes, most likely have seen worse. It's just this is a very like well loved deck, and you guys are just like playing. You're playing something. You're playing cards. It's just something to kill the time.
That's how you know you got the luck in it.
All the finger grease.
Yeah.
This next, okay. You're always gonna know that this is like the 3 of clubs. Okay. You just gotta trust me on the fact that me, my sister, the rest of my family have no idea how it got there. And one of the cards is so oiled up, there's a finger mark where the oil has not touched. And it should be the opposite. And it's weird. and if you try to question it, is Mark swears by it that he doesn't know how that got there, and nobody in the family knows how it got there.
Okay, that's the 3 of clubs.
It's the 3 of clubs. You'll always know it sucks for magic tricks. This is based on a real deck, by the way, that my cousins have, and to this day, we don't know why this one Monopoly deal card looks the way it does.
Stuff happens.
And then we always know what card that is too. It's the black property with the white one, so you can, it's just swappable, and you can just turn it.
Somebody prestidigitated it just on the thumbprint.
It's wild. It's wild.
That's some sharp precision wizarding right there.
Ellie, you had things you wanted to do, though I will say Irina might flag you down as well.
I was actually gonna go check on her.
Mutual flagging down happens.
We run into each other in the hallway on the way to see the other.
Are you okay?
I yes, I'm like physically very okay. I was not visited like at all. We were just awake and ready.
That's good.
How are you doing? This is your first meeting.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna insight check you as I read it. So you can roll like your deception or your diplomacy.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me. Actually, no, you should tell me because in Pathfinder I might have features for that.
25. Wait. Yeah, 25.
Jesus Christ. Was this diplomacy or was this the deception?
It was deception.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. we gonna see.
Yeah,
Get you.
beat that GM. Beat my 25, bitch.
No. But does she have anything to?
Frantically looks to see if you can see through my shit. Okay.
Okay, so you. She is concerned for you still. But she believes you. It's more so she has had more encounters than you have had. And so she's just worried about anybody who has a close encounter with the Baroness. Irina went to check on Aisha, so...
Ismark.
I said Irina. I meant Ismark. Yes, thank you. Ismark went to go check on Aisha, and I think the other two have retired for the night.
Yeah, I was gonna try to maybe get an hour or two of sleep before we leave.
As was I. However, I don't think Ismark is going to come back. Do you mind if we roomed together?
That's actually what I was gonna visit you for. So-
I'm so glad that we're thinking. Yeah, same page. That's very good. Your room or my room? I'm okay with whatever.
Which room are we closer to right now?
Your room.
Well, we're right here, and Aisha's not coming back upstairs. She took all of her things, I'm sure. So.
All right.
Open bed.
Thank you.
Of course. That's what we're here for, to keep you safe. I mean, aside from ourselves, but, that's the goal.
Yes, keeping each other safe. I said that weirdly. I do mean it. Like we will keep we will keep each other safe.
You're fine. It's been a long night, so come on.
And she'll open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi is probably still like clinging to my shoulder, like death grip with his little talons. Like, no, you're not leaving me.
Cardi isn't just doing. Cardi's kind of just on you with the wings too.
Oh,
just kind of like full, it's weird. It's just
he like
weird.
hugging me with his little wings.
Yeah, hugging you with the little wings. Yeah.
Don't mind him. He's had quite a fright today.
No, that's completely fine. I'm glad actually you're I don't want to be too presumptuous, but I don't know what your bird is.
Oh, well, I don't mind telling you about it. He's a...
I forget the actual term.
He's a scribe of the dead.
Are you a necromancer?
Yeah.
I was going to say you're very
Smiles.
colorful for one. This is very interesting. I'm going to assume still magic based, right? So similar to a familiar.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. Okay. Are you a wizard?
Oh, I'm a bard. He was gifted to me.
When you say gifted,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean by that?
Oh, the Vistani gave him to me. And now he's my partner. She's just petting him, giving him little scratches because she loves him.
Irina
Wow.
makes like a face. Like Irina's been making faces as she's like trying to process everything, and she goes, "That. Well, I think my brother did mention that you were traveling with the Vistani, so that makes a lot of sense, actually."
He's like my backup. He watches over me.
That's really nice, actually.
She's talking about this like it's completely normal. Like,
Yeah, and Irina's doing okay. So like, you're a bard. You would understand these little cues here, where Irina is being polite, of course. She doesn't want to say or do anything to offend you at all.
right.
But also, you're saying weird shit.
I mean, it's normal for me.
This is some nonsense coming out of your mouth. But
This
like,
is not even the weirdest shit that's ever happened to me.
yeah. And Irina's also like, who am I to talk? I have like a 1,000-year-old vampire stalking me. Like, like this I'm not nowhere to judge here. But she's also trying to understand a little bit, trying to pinpoint what exactly you're saying to based on the knowledge she has. And she goes, well, it's kind of nice, I think, you're not like alone.
Right. That's what he's here for. At least as long as it behooves him, although I think it does. Otherwise he wouldn't still be here.
He looks very attached to you. Quite literally right now, but I just mean,
Normally he's not this clingy, but Strahd emanates this energy that is, I surmise, quite poisonous, but not in the ways that you would normally think.
I think poisonous is an excellent way to describe it.
I am not the kind of... She kind of smiles a little bit before she says this word, as though it's funny. I'm not the kind of person who ever feels cold. And so feeling that feeling is strange. And I think that's why he's upset.
If I might be bold, I would think that perhaps your scribe is also perhaps concerned with the state of your soul. Scribe of the dead. Dead usually does things with souls, perhaps.
Yes, that's true.
And Strahd is quite soulless, so perhaps because you are his... And she also kind of says person, but like in a funny way, like you're his person. Your little friend has even more concerns. I think I definitely feel a bond here between you two. It's so apparent. And she keeps like staring at Cardi. Cardi ain't letting up. Cardi's in full cuddle mode.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like, this was scary. This was very scary. Cardi's like, I will never listen to you again. That's what you're feeling. It's
Yeah.
like, you told me to
leave your
leave.
side.
You told me to leave. And then she got that close. You liar. You lied to me, mother. If that is your name, you know, like just
Your name.
yeah. You're getting like full like those feelings.
Mm.
If Cardi could like shake their little fucking wing, like you.
He probably
But,
will
yeah.
when nobody else is around. Something I've noticed, he doesn't talk when other people are around.
Yeah,
He
Cardi's
like
little.
never talks when people are around. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Cardi's a little private.
He is
I
very
guess you could
private.
say.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. Anyway, let's settle down. I would love to get a nap in, and I'm sure this one, she points to Cardamom, could also use a chill pill. I don't know what that word means, but you need one.
Irina, the last thing she does is explain to you what a chill pill is, the metaphor for it. As pilled medicine for sure exists. So she'll just explain a little bit to you. It's like, oh, metaphor. And that is the last thing
Oh,
you
human medicine, how funny.
quite. But that's the last thing. That's the last thing you do. And then morning comes. And by God, I think you guys wished that the sun felt warm. There is no sun in Barovia, but like the proverbial light that differentiates between day and night. I think you kind of miss that feeling. Maria, I don't think you remember what that feeling is. You just wish that there was warmth, especially after the events of night. But you are all rested. You may all get up, and when you are those of you leaving the rooms, I would say perhaps Ismark and Aisha during the night moved back inside so they could perhaps plan accordingly. Maps are out. There's some gear around as well. Playing cards, couple of drinks. When I say a couple of drinks, I mean like hopefully not
Like
just
coffee.
wine. Yeah, there's some coffee, going on. Tea being brewed. The sisters are also out. Mirabelle is awake. But getting her to move is very, very, very difficult. She just kind of has no strength. They have to get her a different type of chair, like so that way she can sit supported. And the other two sisters kind of just fussing over her. She looks weak. She looks drained. And actually, now that it's brighter out, she looks visibly drained of color, which is a bit weird. Because
They're
she's
fetchlings, right?
she's a fletchling, yeah. So she already had like a lack of color, but it's like if there were blue tones, purple tones in her gray skin. It's just gray now, especially where she's been bitten. So it's like there is a color difference going on here.
So
where
drink
this,
two is
yeah, like
intense.
from like half of her face down to her shoulder, probably goes a little bit towards the chest and back area. That's like gray. And the rest of it, it's not even a gradient, but the rest of it is her regular skin color with the blue tones, the purple tones kind of mixing in with this gray to have a bit more life to it. She's wearing different clothes so that are like looser fit and easier for her to wear and move in. And those look normal. But just you can kind of even see where the deep dark grays kind of shoot up along veins even. It's just it she doesn't look good, but especially with the nat 20 from the medicine. Like, if she rests long enough, it will go away. Blood transfusion will only help it go faster, but it's just so apparent to everybody, and Aisha, you've seen it before, so.
Not similarly to Mirabelle, but Maria, I think notably, at the very least, Christopher, seeing her face in the morning, also looks tired, looks like she just like ran a marathon yesterday or something along those lines, like, or just didn't sleep along those lines, but Christopher and Maria got as much sleep as each other did. She's like moving slowly as the bed groans underneath her, as she gets up, starts packing some things, but she is moving slowly. And she'll let Christopher know that I'm gonna go see to Mirabelle and prepare her a transfusion. Do you do you want to come and like get ready to get out?
All right. I think looking around, he will try to move on his own, still not used to the body and like struggling with like getting up. And I think now that he's more familiar with Maria, he has less quote unquote shame. So I think he will just kind of sit there like a puppet with like his legs stretched out and arms, and just be like, can you pick?
Of course.
Can you take? Okay.
Back in my little apron, put Tiny around my neck, and I head down.
Uppies are had. Ellie, what are you doing?
Well, I will, after a couple hours of sleep, hopefully not being clung to the entire time so I can actually fucking breathe. I'll take a little nap, chat with Irina while we get ready, and
Yeah, you guys have some cute girl talk. It's just Irina,
100%.
yeah. Irina is very receptive to making conversation. And she also tries to include Cardi in it, by the way, because she's like, that would be so rude to not include
Mm-hmm.
you in the comment. You're in the room with us, So
Yeah.
so Cardi doesn't really respond much to her, but as like as you guys like talk, Cardi will be like, okay, I can at least agree with her, mother. Cardi's cross with you, because you like. Cardi's just upset still about the previous night.
I went towards the bad vibes that he was trying to keep me from.
Yeah, and it's just like
he's mad at me. I get it.
He's mad at you about that. But like,
I give him extra like crackers and treats.
You'll take it, but it's like, I'm not taking it because you're giving it to me. I'm taking it because I want it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Attitude.
Like it's full. You're getting like the full like teenager kind of thing from him, but he's just worried about all that. That's all. Like it's never too pushy. It's just kind of hilarious that you're getting this much sass from a bird in a plague doctor mask. Yeah.
He doesn't normally give me sass either. I'm not used to him being mad at me, so I'm just like, I'm trying not to let it bother me because he's like my little bestie. But I'm like, well, I could always just eat this, and she'll eat the cracker.
You're making enemies out of me, mother. Just like the vibe.
Like she doesn't have more and gives him another one. Like, come on.
It's just
but yeah,
it's a little tense, but it's kind of fun.
They have girl talk. She tries to get Cardi to chill the fuck out by giving him treats. And then they will go downstairs.
Gather.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good
Feels
morning.
a little weird to say that, but good morning.
Morning.
Irina will also greet you all just. Good morning. You're looking as well as you can be after last night. Excellent. She means this in the best way possible. She's just like,
Yeah.
the vibes are good.
Mm-hmm.
The posture is awkward.
Mhm.
You know, it's one of those. She's trying to be like like optimistic, you know, kind of vibe, but she's also like, I've been aware of my scenario for a while, you know.
Listen, I know technically we're still your guests, but you don't have to. I mean, the night sucked for you too. You don't have to. This.
So, sorry if I interrupted you, Mimi. I just realized, what is her name? Slovenia?
Sorvia.
Could I have set up Sorvia to have drawn blood already? Because that will take fucking a long time, and we're about to leave.
Yeah. You could have done
Okay.
it like last night.
Okay.
That would have been fine.
Okay. So now I can just sort of set up Mirabelle and be able to leave without like worrying too much.
Which you do. Maybe make a medicine check just to see, like, you know, you don't like jab the wrong arm. It's like, oh, oops.
24.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You do it fine, gently, even. Which you know, the sisters do thank you, for what you're doing, and it's Alenka that will speak, and she says, if you plan to leave today, which I'm certain you will be leaving, I advise you to try and find Madame Eva first. It'll be along the way. She should be at her usual spot, and I can point it to you on the map. But I think if you need more direction, she's the one who can point you exactly where you need to be.
Very very well may.
Yeah, if you can show us on the map where to find her.
I know where we're going, right?
You roughly know where you're going, yeah. I would say you don't know on the map, but it's like when you see this like familiar like when you see those familiar like quote unquote monuments, you'd be like, you know exactly where to go afterwards. So it's just getting you to the right road,
Yeah.
and then you can pretty much lead to where the caravan usually stays when they are over here.
Yeah, I'll keep quiet during this part and just like observe.
Yeah, and Alenka is very like forthright. She does show you certain parts of the map, which I will populate after this. I'm gonna sneeze. Good. I'll populate after this session is done. And for me, what exactly is your plan? I think now is a very good time for you to discuss your plans as you are ready to leave the village of Barovia.
Next safest place for Irina, which I'm not sure if we decided. Well, I don't know where we're going specifically.
I think Ismark said where we're going. Are we going back to Valaki? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Right.
You're headed towards Valaki. If you want, you're headed towards Valaki, and then Donovic said the abbot over there might be the safest place to like have Irina stay.
Great.
Yeah. So
Valaki on the map though is quite a bit ways away.
Yeah, we're at E and we're going to N.
Yeah. And
So yeah, we need to prioritize catching up with Madame Ava.
yes, right.
Yeah. Wait, so they're near Velaki? The caravan?
The caravan is on the way to Velaki.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it, like, so I can just straight up tell you. And you can look on the map.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Barovia map right now.
Let me see. It's it's G.
Okay.
That is roughly where Madame Eva's caravan would be. Something
Across
that
the river and go over the river and through the woods.
Yep, over the river, through the woods.
To Madame Eva's camp we go.
Mm-hmm. And something that you know specifically, Ellie, is that on foot, traveling in Barovia is fucking horrible. In the Vistani caravans, in their carriages pulled by horses, so much nicer, so much faster.
Yeah.
There are no horses here in the village of Barovia, so you are stuck on foot for a bit.
Okay.
But perhaps, since you're so close to Madame Eva, maybe she can part with a carriage and horses. And if that is the case, it'll make traveling much, much easier for the rest of y'all.
Oh, I don't know if I would say that while we're in the village of Barovia. I might wait till we're on the road to disclose that to the party.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just making sure you got the deets, you know?
Yeah, I will disclose that to them probably once we leave the village.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm also looking at the map. We have to go the long way around because K is Castle Ravenloft.
Castle Ravenloft. Yep.
So we have to go the long way to not walk past Castle Ravenloft.
Yep.
Yeah, we do have to go over the river. That's why it was, yeah. Because there's a path that takes us over the river, and then there's a fork in the road that takes us through towards G, which is where they are.
Yeah, okay.
Don't drop me into the river. That would be so cool. Don't let me fall.
Don't worry, nobody's dropping you.
Actually, I was thinking while we're on our little quest, and I know this probably might make Aisha the happiest because I feel like you are still one that doesn't trust me, which is fine. I want to kind of test out how much I can handle in this body, in terms of damage and all of those things, because I am very unfamiliar with this body. And I would like for all of you guys to hurt me. In not lethal ways, but I need to know if we're going to battle, especially with Strahd showing up, what my body can handle.
There might be other ways to discern that without hurting you.
Are you sure? That's usually how I trained, so I'm not too familiar.
Were you a martial fighter before?
Sorry,
Were you
what?
a martial fighter before?
Well, I mean, I was an overall kind of like hero. I could do it. I mean, yeah, I was, and with the sword, and he tries to get it, but obviously can't. He's like, I had things also. Yeah.
I look at Aisha and I'm just like,
I mean, if you
So
want
before you even finish saying it, Ismark and I have like coins that we're using to like mark spots on the map, and I just pick up like a copper coin and I throw it at Chrysler's head as hard as I can.
Do I? I don't think I feel that. Do I at this point, Aki? No, right?
You feel I wouldn't say like it would necessarily hurt, but you do feel the force of something hitting you, you know, so your head moves, you get a whole bonk.
All right. Well, that was a good first step. Thank you, Aisha. I still couldn't feel anything, so there's that. Thanks for participating. I feel like you're taking more joy out of this than I am.
I gotta get it where I can these days.
I can respect that. Okay, well, we know that coins do nothing. Good.
Ellie just kind of watches this happen and is just like, perhaps I can take a look. Is that all right? Okay.
Yeah.
I cast
To see if I
admonishing
can
ray.
try to discern. Yeah, I want to see if I can cast scorching ray. Fireworks, right? I don't have that spell. I wish. I want to see if I can discern information about this vessel, because we all now realize this is not truly Christopher's body. Which I think was a little obvious from the beginning, but now we have like confirmation.
Okay, yeah. I will allow that. However, I fucked up. The things that Donovich knows, they're so close together, so I swapped something. Jesus Christ. So, like clarification and a fix on me. This is information that Donovic would have given you, and you know. My bad for catching it this late. You need to go to the village of Krezik. Krezik has the abbey, specifically the abbey of Saint Markovia. That's where you can go, and then if you can't make it that far, then Vallaki, because Vallaki is a fortified town.
That's so much further away than Vallaki.
Yeah. So you have options. Yeah, you can drop her off at instead if you just wanted to stop at Vallaki, because Vallaki is closer. It is a fortified town, so in theory, they could potentially fight off things like demon attacks, which you would know. Krezik is the one that actually has a very big temple to Staren Ray and stuff like that. So all the religious power wise, that's over there. It is so much farther. My bad. This information is literally right beside each other like this, so I misread. That's my bad.
So we have to go to the Vistani camp and then all the way to Krezik.
Yeah, if you want to go to Krezik, you can also go to Vallaki still.
We can stop on the way though. It's depending on the route we take. It's kind of on the way.
It's definitely something that you can keep talking about. Mm-hmm. Village of Krezik is S on the map, so you can see a little bit easier. But yeah, it's so fucking far.
Okay. We can do that. Am I still able to make I know we're wrapping up. Should I save it for next session to make a check on?
I'd say you can make the check on it right now, and then we can.
Would this be considered occultism?
It can be, yes. Okay. I would also accept Arcana and potential wars.
They're both the same either way. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can see the magic in Christopher's vessel. You can see at the center lies the most, and with Cardi's help, you actually can tell that this is a soul, Christopher's soul, and then there is magic very finely wrapped around it, as if not weaving into it, but holding it in place, and then said magic spreads out to all the joints, so that way Christopher can move. This magic is pink in color. It looks like constantly moving lightning. It's strong. It is very powerful. It's raw, actually. which is why Christopher could potentially use this magic.
Okay.
And as you're thinking about it, you specifically remember something that Alenka said, that Christopher's body vessel, in this case, looks like a toy, a Blinsky toy.
Linsky, yep.
And Blinsky, the toy maker, is in Vallaki.
I think Christopher, I don't think anybody else, well, you guys can see, like, her eyes aren't normal eyes anyway, but she, like, leans close to you, and is just kind of, you can tell she's like, she's looking at you, but she's not looking at you. She's looking into you. And her pupils are kind of slitted, and the color of her eyes, like, intensifies as she, like, looks. And she just kind of breathes in deep, like she can smell it. Interesting. You have more to you than you look.
Thanks.
It's a good thing for the moment. It means good things for this vessel that you are in. Your soul is in this poppet. In case that wasn't obvious to you. And it is interwoven with all manner of interesting magic. It smells very good. I'm curious. But I think maybe we'll find more answers in Vallaki.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really know much about that magic stuff that you're talking about, but if you think that answers are there, then I trust you.
Well, it's where the vessel is from. I don't know if that means whoever put you there is there, but it's where the vessel is from. There's a toy maker that makes toys just like what you are in Vallaki.
Okay. Yeah, I woke up in a broken caravan of sorts, with other puppet stuff. So
Me hearing the word caravan, like.
So,
I see.
Yeah, maybe that can help.
We'll find out. Don't worry.
And kind of
Thanks.
as you're doing this, I think you have a set course. You want to find Madame Eva first.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
Ellie won't go anywhere but to wherever Madame Eva
Yeah.
is.
You see it. You have it. Insights on the map. You are all prepared. You're wearing your gear. You have things like rations, a couple other things that Ismark and Irina actually bring as well, to help you stay prepared for the length of the journey. As you know, you are walking it on foot. And as you set out, leaving the village of Barovia behind you, that is where we will leave off. And also, congratulations, you're level 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
We did it, guys!
Yeah.
We did
What's gonna
it!
happen
Let's
next?
go! I get more
Who
spells!
knows?